Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to the Pegasus Expedition. It is a story-based grand strategy game. There aren't a whole lot of those, and it's out now in 1.0 on Steam, which I'm kind of interested in. I used to play a whole bunch of, I guess it's 4X. I don't really know the difference between 4X and grand strategy. I should probably learn it at some point, but I used to play a whole bunch of them as a kid, and kind of lost track of the genre as an adult. I think mostly just because the replayability started to become a problem for me, and so having like a linear story actually seems really cool. But before we go too far, thank you to Kala Gameworks and Fulcrum Publishing for sponsoring this video. So with that, let's start. Let's see, difficult, and we want all of these. Yep, that seems good. I'm assuming all fleets combat mode is you actually get to watch versus auto calculation, but I could be wrong. In 2262, humanity was at war. A huge sentient and hostile lifeform known as the Colossals was threatening the Earth, leaving humanity little choice but to start seeking refuge elsewhere. The Pegasus Expedition was the attempt to achieve that. 3 powers from Earth sent their best fleets on the expedition, the rest focusing on defending Earth until the expedition would return. The Zeus Link fleet, sent by the European Union, have been put under your command, Director. It's up to you to make a difference. Grand Admiral Elodie Perron.
Officers.
Oh, hello.
Soldiers. Colleagues. You all know very well why we are here, and what we are about to do soon. First, remember this moment. And remember the stakes. We will risk ourselves on behalf of everything you care about and everyone you ever knew. And when the time comes, you will be troubled. You will doubt. We all will. At that very moment, remember this. Do your best. Do what you can, and it will be enough. It will be enough if anything in our power can be. There's no telling how this is going to end. But in the end, one thing will be certain. That we gave it all we had.
Selecting and moving fleets. You can select a fleet by left-clicking the icon on the star map or its card below. Hold Control, select all fleets present. Shift to add or remove any of this selection. Move your selected fleets along the lanes between stars by right-clicking on a nearby star system. Each fleet has 2 movement points and regains at the start of each turn. Traveling across an intersection costs an additional movement point. Alright, so let's take a look at this. I don't fully know what I'm doing. So, main quest, further into Pegasus, move further into the Galaxy. Well, what do we have? System has no owner. It says buildable. What can I do on that? Unfortunately, I think they just want me to move to Zoka. So I guess let's do exactly that. Welcome to the Pegasus Galaxy, Director. The Pegasus Expedition has now officially begun. A perimeter around the portal has been formed, and the main force is being moved through. So far, it's all going according to plan, you could say. So are we the spearhead of the expedition? Yes, our allies will follow us through shortly, but our readiness was deemed the highest. We just packed the hardest punch, honestly. Quite possibly. The World Emergency Conference decided that it's us, the first expeditionary fleet of the US and all Mustamara fleet of the Daris Combine that will participate. Oh, maybe it was US, not us. Oops. Yeah, well, what about the rest of the world? We couldn't pull all of our forces from Earth. The Colossals will reach it in less than 5 years unless we slow them down somehow. The losses the Chinese fleet suffered in our attempt to defend the Nova Brno colony were high. 2 years wasn't enough to patch them up. I saw that firsthand. It was pretty rough. So now they'll just jump in front of the truck again and hope it helps us? Yes. Not the nicest task. They're buying us time, no matter the cost. Simple as that. How detailed of a plan do we actually have? The level of intel we have beforehand was very limited at best. Yeah, we could have made a detailed plan, but without the relevant info, it'd be pretty useless from square one. So we really did just jump into the unknown. You had better ideas for the plan. You could have brought it up a little earlier, though it's not like anyone would have listened. All of these characters, look like they're plotting something vile. Like the death of James Bond. Okay, maybe that's not vile. That just feels inevitable, or at least the plotting of it. It's just the main critique that was thrown around back home. It's not like they were exactly wrong. Maybe not, but this is the best we can do. Very well, what now? Right now, we can't stick around the portal for long, so we need to move into the closest star system to form up. Yes, our recon units are already approaching the Zoka system. In there, we gotta set up some infrastructure, assess the surroundings, and start making ourselves permanent. My teams are still on the other side. Once they've come through and set themselves up, we'll start making sense of all the information we should already be collecting. Oh, we are. Don't you worry, Dr. Lorenz. Or Lorenz? That does leave the question of dividing the initial systems between us and our allies. I presume the logistics would demand that. Grand Admiral Perrin, Director, sorry to interrupt, but we got an urgent transmission from the recon units in the Zoka system. Well, what's this about? This is a rather important meeting we're having. I know, ma'am, but it's that they've made contact.
It took 9 hours. 9 hours in the Pegasus Galaxy, and we were at war. They didn't fire warning shots. And we weren't going to take it lying down.
Well, that was quick. Okay, pre-combat. This is the... Oh boy, this is small. That's what I get for having a big monitor. This is the pre-combat view. Here you can choose the strategy your fleet will execute when fighting over the system. Start by selecting a battle formation. This will change the composition and number of battle groups that will assault the system. You can inspect this change by hovering over your battle groups shown on the left. Okay, 4.5 circle. Encircling. 6, 2, 3. By choosing your plan, you determine the manner in which your fleets will fight to control the system and how many resources you're willing to spend for doing so. For the tutorial, Tier 1 plans. So reduced movement speed, reduced damage, or reduced damage reduction. Here you can determine the morality of your strategy in the coming battle. By any means necessary, allows the usage of our most devastating weaponry. When engaging such egregious warfare too much will cause you to be recognized as a rogue state that is a threat to all in the Pegasus Galaxy. Minimal casualties has the opposite effect, but this approach forces us to tone down our arsenal to our most humane weaponry, and in doing so, suffer a loss in performance. Choose neutral for this tutorial, which will have no effect. 5% galactic reputation though, probably worth it. Okay. After the battle starts, your fleets will execute the strategy given to them. If you want to affect the battle after it's begun, there's 2 ways to do so. After the combat begins, you can see various icons above the planets in the system. By pressing them, you can activate a number of strategic weapons targeting the planet. All of them are limited in some manner, so they should only be used when necessary. At the bottom of the screen, you can also see 4 buttons. These are your global interrupts, which affect the whole battlefield when activated. Okay, icons above the planets in the system. Alright, start combat. Let's just see how this goes. So stand your ground, forces stand your ground, delays retreat, damages faction-wide happiness, force the enemy to fight longer without retreating, but damages our galactic reputation. Okay, I'm gonna pause for a second. So they're losing. Okay, fires a salvo of MIRV missiles to the target planet, seeking out and striking enemy ships and stations there. Represented by the missile icons. Only a limited number of missiles may be carried by a fleet before they need to be resupplied. Okay. So victory imminent, forces evenly matched. We're losing on this one, which is a worry. But not by much. So let's try the missiles there. I'm going to do that one more time. Now, can I send any reinforcements? Nope, there they go. So what the hell is going on there? We've made contact with something. It appears sentient, perhaps somewhat humanoid, and operates heavily armed space vessels. They fired on sight and we returned fire. We destroyed a small unit in the Zoka system. Probably a garrison. So whatever they are, we're now at war with them? What would you do if an unidentified fleet appeared out of nowhere in your star system? It must be terrified right now. Just hope we didn't start something irreversible. It's unfortunate, but I don't see how we could have done anything differently. First contacts like this are probably always a little tense. Well, our only first contact experience is based on the Colossals, and they never negotiated at all. This is all we've experienced so far. So what now? I still don't have my people here, but I'd like to send a team to investigate the enemy remains in the Zoka system. You do what you can. In any case, the Zoka system's now secure, and we need to move in and start setting ourselves up as soon as possible. That hasn't changed. Okay. End turn. Accomplish... Okay, sometimes ending turn requires you to accomplish some mandatory tasks before doing so. Main quest, side quests. Okay, this is interesting. Like I said, I really dig the idea of this being much more story-focused. Because all the 4X games that I played back in the day, there was kind of a story, but it was more like emergent and not really codified, and so having it be like very specific characters, very specific factions, and choices.
This was it. We were here with very limited time and nearly endless pressure from home. For better or worse, this was our final plan. We would soon get to see how it would play out.
What I'm most curious about is whether or not Galactic reputation, like if I can actually ally myself with some of the factions, or if it's even worth it. Sir, our allies have now started moving through the portal and are occupying the nearby star systems. I hope they got better planets than we did. So, well, we've now surveyed the Zoka system, and it's not exactly a paradise. Unfortunately not. The planets we have are either toxic, unstable, overly hot, radioactive. I think we get the picture. We need a foothold, pleasant or not. The second wave is almost ready to move, and we should immediately send them to occupy further systems. It means actively causing more conflict with the new civilization we met. It does. We need some territory, and they haven't even mounted a retaliatory attack. One can say that they appear kind of weak, a state we should perhaps take advantage of. And having some depth in our defenses wouldn't hurt either. Do we really need to expand this fast? Were you listening, sir? Would you rather house millions of refugees on a toxic or radioactive planet? Still don't know if it'll come to that. No, we don't. But I hope I made myself clear. I believe you did, Dr. Lawrence. Or Lorenz? Sorry. That one specifically is a little hard for me. I don't know why. So, Director, the second wave is ready and waiting for your orders. Okay. Very well, give him the go-ahead. Okay, when multiple fleets are in combat, both sides pick one to send into battle. If the attacker loses, the losing fleet is removed from the selection marked by the skull icon. Both sides pick a new fleet for combat. The attacker is victorious, the defender must retreat. Any fleets that can't retreat are lost. Click to flee from the battle. There's nowhere to flee to. If there's nowhere to flee to, your fleets are destroyed instead. Click here to let the computer quickly resolve conflict without your input. The strategies used are chosen from a set of few all-purpose strategies. I think combat's quick enough, so we'll just want to start ourselves. When the enemy system has a large number of defense stations, choosing a more spread-out approach to engage them as fast as possible is usually the best approach, since their long-range weaponry is extremely powerful. Oh, I see. So, the less battle groups I have, so they will just go on this one. But I'm assuming these are maybe defense platforms? Probably. So if I do this, we're tackling some. Some are a little wounded, which is not my favorite. So we can also spend resources here if we want to. What's our reputation? Okay. Happiness. That's the morale of our people. Energy. Science. I see nothing. Do I want to do the cautious advance, save resources, or do we want to go spend a little bit? Because we have a lot of minerals, though we don't have any kind of income. I'm so curious about what these are exactly doing. I almost kind of wish there was an option of keep all of your super injured ships out. Okay, so what is the difference? Encircling formation. Because this would have a fleet go here. Signs. I don't entirely know. Oh, are these my enemies? Oh, so some of these might be theirs. Wait, shift right click to construct up to 3 units at once. I don't think I can do that. But I'm not entirely sure. Okay, why don't we do surgical strikes neutral? That's interesting by mashing these. It seems to cycle things a bunch. And I'm not sure why. Okay, so for... which one of these? 2. I think this will be fine. Start combat. Do we want surgical strikes or rapid dominance? 3. No, we don't want that one. To some degree, there we go. We want to put most of our injured units on 2, because it seems like it's attacking a planet with not much going on. I'm just going to hope this is correct. Okay, so we are winning battle, uncontested. Okay, retreat immediately from combat. I was hoping I could actually have them go elsewhere. Now, we could fire a missile salvo, but let's do the same ourselves here. Okay. Winning, victory imminent. We've definitely taken some damage. Oh, we are actually going to... my other ships are going to help. I should have tried to see if I could go for the command stations first, but I don't know if it was going to let me. If a fleet wins a conflict while attacking, it neutralizes the system. It will be captured if the system can be held for a turn. After which, the faction can build in that system. Okay. So can I actually build here? Upgrade available, but how do I do it? Oh. Okay. So what do we have? Taking control of the system. Found resources in Corin after dismantling the enemy command station. And victorious in combat. But I don't want to do nothing. Scanned this turn. Oh, here we go. No. Let's see. Hiring an admiral requires an appropriate structure. Enabling it is built. Yeah, I'm mostly just trying to figure out if there's the ability to build. So we have edicts. Ah. Resources and funding. Okay, so extended shifts. Better resource output, but lower happiness. Science. Okay, music's really good. Emergency measures. So conscriptions, but that's rough. Propaganda campaign or emergency repossessions. Might actually be a good idea if I'm in trouble. And then martial law. Military crackdown. Interesting that it boosts happiness by that much. And doubles population output. I think I'm just gonna leave it. I just wish I knew how to build. I'm sure it's gonna tutorialize it, but I wish I could do it now. Unless we have to wait for a turn. Unbuilt. Yeah, I think we have to wait one more turn. Conflict in Moran. Well, I guess there's nobody here. Okay. System defenders have grouped together in a defensive formation. Try attacking concentrated force. Deny them the numerical advantage that they're aiming for. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know if we want to go to the black hole. Let's see. I think it's fine. Oh, gosh. And the UI has, gotten slightly scuffed on me. Oh, I can't save. Let's hope we're not spending resources on anything here, because it'd be slightly tragic for that. Hit him with a bunch of missiles. Okay, we also have overdrive, but we need equipment for that. Okay, that's Moran. And then all they have left is this. Maybe I should have gone for that encirclement. What is up with this planet? It's not a planet. I'm pretty sure that is, in fact, the black hole. Okay, anything else? No, I don't think we've extended at all. So now we end turn. And this is one where I think I'm actually just going to flee. So now that we have a bit more than the Zoka system Dr. Lorenz so passionately dislikes, we should do something useful with them. I just disliked the inhospitable planetary features, Miss Jurek. Yep. So if you don't mind, Director, I'd like to show you the plans we've made to make the best use of these few star systems. Since there won't be a second... Sorry. Choked on myself. Since there won't be a second chance, it's important that we get this right the first time. So please see to it, sir. Very well, Carolina. Carolina? Carolina. Let's go. Okay, planetary construction view. Click on the floating card of a planet or moon to open up the planetary construction window. Use the mouse wheel to zoom closer for a better view of the cards. Oh, so now here we go. So we have this one that's buildable. Build an outpost. Cost some resources. Population per turn. Enables construction on the surface. Unlocks tier 1 structure slots. Outposts can only be built on buildable planets. Industrial, shipyard, research. Okay. Click on an outpost card. View the new outpost. Each outpost type contains different structures that are shown as small icons on the corresponding card. Hover over. I think I'm going to go for probably industrial first, because we have no income for resources and I'm going to be burning through them. Okay, see how many turns it will take to finish the construction of a structure or unit by looking at the number above. You only benefit from a structure after it's been built. 3 levels of habitation we can have on a planet: outpost, settlement, and colony. Outposts are most common, can be built almost anywhere. Settlements can only be built on planets or moons that can properly support human life, making them harder to find. Settlements can have more specialized buildings. Colonies can be built on planets and moons that are fully capable of supporting human life. They're exceedingly rare in the Pegasus Galaxy, but enable us to construct vast facilities for our benefit. Okay, so we are currently on Zoka B. Let's go here. Let's see. So, other thing I should pay attention to is features. Volcanic. Mineral extraction by 25%, rare extraction by 50%. And then even more. So, if we go over here, rocky. Covered with rocks and stone, and once again, rare earth extraction by a little bit, and then barren. Nothing interesting going on that one. So when we build another industrial one, what is the point of a shipyard? Tier 1 cruiser frigate. Okay, so this is how I could make more ships. And then fleet base. I want to do science, and we'll get to that when I get to that. But I think right now I should have at least a shipyard. And I might as well do it on a planet that has nothing going on. Okay. Buildable, buildable. And these are hazardous. We need specialized tech before I can get access to them. Okay. So it wants different non-civilian outposts. Desert world. Decreasing energy production here by a bunch. So in this case, we might as well do a research outpost. Let's see, rare earth extraction once again. Okay, and then this one, volcanic. Ship graveyard. Once again, mining. Okay, this box tells you what resources the selected system is producing right now, and shows the system's governor's traits, if it has one recruited here. You can exit this view by clicking that. Perfect. So that was Zoka and Zir. We do also have Quran and the Moram Black Hole, if I want to work on it. We did not take Rabib. Can I check what their overall military power is? Construction fleets. Okay, so those 2 fleets are pretty scuffed. And then that's defense. Let's take a look at my units. Just in a bad way there. Yeah, I don't think I want to do anything or move anywhere. However, we do have more ships. Oh, perfect. I don't think anything connects. Nothing connects to Zir, so I might as well just give up on it a little bit. Okay. What is at most risk? So that guy's good, that guy's good. I think I just want to have one of these new fleets on each one of these. Okay. So, do you want to resupply the fleet? All ships will be repaired and weaponry restocked. Cost of this will be 100% the 100% of the price of the ships being repaired. 70% for each strategic weapon. Destroyed unit will add a turn to the requested repair time. Automate. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I can't tell if I'm repairing these. It's the garrison fleet. I don't know. It might not let me. So we could also do some stuff here. Oh, command station. Upgrades from command station and can be upgraded to a command center complex. Outpost and station construction in this star system. Defense stations capable of launching interplanetary missiles. Let's see. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Same deal here. Okay, enter the system. Construction view. Oh, we can build quite a lot on Karun. I'm just not sure if we want to yet. Can I save? Yes. Let us save scum. Perfect. Perfect. Overwrite it. Because do I want to burn a bunch of resources to start working on each of these? I might as well. I'm going to hope I get to hold them. Let's upgrade these along the way, because I'm probably going to be working on them. We also have available structures. Oh, black hole reactor. Repair station. If I go back to this one, but we need black hole reactors tech, which we most assuredly do not have. Let's see. And then if I go in the system on this one, could I actually build an outpost here? Looks like it. Okay, abundant minerals. Ooh. I mean, once again, probably an industrial outpost. Abundant minerals, rare earth veins. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to have all sorts of industrial. Just to make use of that. Science will come later. We'll find some boring planets, I'm sure. Okay, so that's Karun. So really, now the question is Moram. Has a couple. Let's see. Then hollow and rare earth veins. Like, the thing is 10% extra, though. Ain't much. These ones I think I might want to set up as science. Okay, so let's return. And let's hope they don't come for me. One of the fleets is being repaired. Sir, the leaderships of the 1st Expeditionary Fleet in Al-Mustamara have established themselves here. In the Veki and Shioko systems, respectively. They'd like to discuss the situation. They've called the first meeting of the Earth War Council, or EWC for short. It's an assembly of the military leaders of the fleets. Can I participate myself? Technically speaking, you're not military, sir. The EWC doesn't represent our command structure perfectly, but its structure is essentially precisely what the whole body is for. A compromise. I'll maintain a connection with you throughout the meeting. We're not making any decision without your approval, so you don't need to worry about that. So are you ready to send the Grand Admiral Perrin there? Yes, I hope the EWC will prove useful. I really do too. Welcome, colleagues, to the first meeting of the Earth War Council, representing all Mustamara of the Darius Combine. Admiral Gretel Medan, at your service. Admiral Samuel Reed of the 1st Expeditionary Fleet, good to meet you. I'm Grand Admiral Elodie Perrin of the Zeus Link Fleet. I'm the ranking military officer, but not the highest authority in the fleet. Yes, I've heard of your interesting command structure. Shouldn't soldiers lead this kind of military expedition? The military part isn't the whole truth, Admiral Reed. Perhaps not, but we certainly found ourselves fighting for every planet and star. We've read the reports of your first contact, Perrin. Not ideal, but hard to avoid. whatever they are, we've hit a soft spot. I would even call it ideal. Based on the bits and pieces we've managed to translate, we're fighting a political entity called the Roar Clan, which is part of a much larger civilization called the Mestelrak. How do the rest of them view us? We haven't made contact with the other clans of theirs. This is all based on the information we've gained from our rather sizable Mestelrak population in the Shioko system. That's even better. They want us to defend this. If they'd want to defend this Roar Clan, they'd already be here. So there's nothing stopping us from taking over everything they have. It feels a little excessive. Our needs are excessive as well. We didn't come here to play. Does the Zeus Link fleet have a stance on this issue? Ah. Okay. So let Elodie decide. Looks like Elodie wants to agree with Reed. I'm gonna go with this, though. We should avoid excessive aggression, but we can't stop here. We should avoid excessive aggression, but we can't stop here, right? I admit that we should refrain from any excessive violence or provoking anyone else, but pacifying the Roar should take priority. Very well, so be it. Alright, so let's take a look at my fleets. Oh, they're looking better. When a faction controls the system, a gray garrison fleet will slowly be formed there to defend it. These fleets can't move, and will not participate in battles if the system already has 3 regular fleets defending it. Click here to expand the fleet card to see additional buttons and more about it. These are the units in our fleet and their current condition. When your fleet is in a system that provides unit construction, you can build new units by clicking on the first empty slot and clicking on a plus. This is your current fleet's current equipment. There are improvements that you can attach to the fleet for a cost that further allows you to specialize the fleet for certain types of unit combinations. When the fleet is in a system where units can be constructed, you can click on an empty slot to attach pieces of equipment. Okay. This is your fleet's flagship. This is the strongest unit and commanded by the Admiral. If a flagship is destroyed while the fleet still has other units, a replacement flagship is automatically provided for the Admiral. When a fleet is in a system where flagships can be constructed, you can replace the flagship with a different type you've unlocked. You can disband the entire fleet. No. Okay, so we also have the Gasparl. Okay, so what is this? Damage and damage reduction of all units. Units in this fleet are repaired for 10% of their max health if they didn't move this turn. What else can we... Oh, there's a lot. Provides 1 science production for every different star system with a fleet that has this equipment. Doesn't look like I can put that on the garrison fleet, unfortunately. Whenever this fleet retreats from combat, it contaminates the star system with a bioweapon. Ew. Rapid deployment defense stations. When defending. Doubles the interceptor count of carrier flagships and interceptor production to non-carrier flagship. That's interesting. Production rate of all carriers. Pop growth by 20% and short-term happiness by 1 in the star system where the fleet is. Damage reduction of all frigates. See fleets in neighboring nebula star systems. Units in this fleet are repaired for 50% of their max health if they didn't move this turn. Increases the damage of all units by 25%, health by 60%, and damage reduction by 20%. Why are these so expensive? Or so good? Is it just that they are expensive? Because I like the ship command and control module. Just everything is tougher by 25%, or does 25% more damage, 60 more health, and 20% damage reduction, which I guess actually that 60 health isn't amazing. Nope. That might actually be good for the ballast. Unless those are missiles, specifically. It's hard to tell. I'm sure I'll figure it out at some point. Okay, so destroy the Roar Clan further into the galaxy. Hold the Zoka system. So Zoka. Entering or exiting the system view. Okay, know about that. Diplomacy view. So we can maybe talk to some people, but I don't know. Okay, so I want to take a look at this. What are these? They're kind of wounded. Oh, and they're lizards. Okay, system, diplomacy, construction. Diplomacy? Yeah, they won't talk to me. Yeah, the main question is, where do we go and how do we do this? What are their fleets? So their fleets are a bit tougher. This one less so, I think. Level 1, level 1. So they're still wounded. We have no equipment, at least for a little while. Oh, now I can see that they're actually being repaired. Is that worth it? I still think so, especially this early on. The main question is, do we want to take this fleet and get punchy? There is a star lane that goes south. South? South, quote unquote. But it doesn't seem to be actually going there. I'm just gonna start counting up. Whoops. Apparently enter ends turn. Let's see. Go back. Do not press enter. I think we do want to attack that one system. Oh, here's the thing though. Do we want to? So what is this? A bunch of cruisers, a couple of frigates, a couple of artilleries. Oh, but I can't get these for some reason. Damage reduction. Oh, but only flagships. Cruisers and frigates. Carriers and artillery. Okay, fleet already has that equipment. So why don't we do that? Take this group. They're pretty good. So I think what I'm gonna do is go that direction. If I go here, because if I can take this, both of these systems no longer have to be defended. When fighting over a system, both sides pick a fleet used for battle. Defender wins. Attacker has more than one fleet, can try and attack with the remaining fleet. If the attacker manages to win, defender is forced to... Okay. Should be fine. We outnumber them pretty heavily. So let's take a look at this. The enemy outnumbers us. You can use tier 3 strategies. Any means necessary to even the odds. Okay. We could. This is our galactic reputation. Ah, indicates how the factions of the Pegasus Galaxy view us. Although using the all means allowed strategies and strategic weapons are strong options to win battles, the usage will deteriorate our reputation and lead other factions to using the same methods against us. So currently we are a diplomat. But yeah, right now we are in fact outnumbered. Now, the one thing is, if I'm outnumbered, so he's at 1, 2, and 3. It might not be the worst idea for me to specifically do this and just kind of leave 3 to do whatever. I could do either of these if I really wanted to. It would cost me some resources, but not too much, and we will be getting an income soon. So I think I'm going to do neutral. Because my reputation is fantastic, so if I don't touch it, I never have to do minimum casualties. But if I do this, then I have to start poking at it. I don't want to. Let's just see what happens. Okay. Wins in battles. Okay, I'm just gonna salvo a bunch. Okay. Got him. Hurt, but we got him. Okay, and in that case, I'm gonna move them in. Actually, did I want to do that? That was probably a mistake. We're gonna go back. Because he's got 3 fleets here. Oh, but they're very small. I think it's fine. I don't think we need too much. Now I want to expand. What happens if I lose a ship? Or maybe we don't. Well, one way or another, I think we're fine-ish. For the time being. What about over here? Okay, so we don't want to touch that. Yeah, total combat power of units. I'll have to keep that in mind. Do we end turn? I think so. Those are buildable. I don't think I have anything else to really do at the moment. We could also upgrade it to a command station. I don't think I want that here. Unlocks outpost and station construction in the star system. I think it's fine. I'm not sure which of those are going to be useful. Let's see what else we have. Power plant construction is complete, so we are not gaining power at the moment. Good to know. Portal led us to an area of the galaxy controlled by the Roar clan. Victorious in combat, ton of resources, taking control. Alright, now we pass time. Because I think what I'm going to do is move the units out of Korin over to like Moram and Zakna. Well, actually, not to Moran at all. Moran is, as far as I can tell, disconnected. It looks like there's a star line. No, never mind. That's the pin. So there's something we seriously need to discuss. What is it? We've built a bunch of outposts, which gives us some infrastructure and production, but hardly gives us the ability to settle people in meaningful numbers. And to have any facilities of a larger scale, we need people to man them. So we need a place where we can settle the first big wave of people. We've identified a single such planet in one of the systems controlled by the Roar clan of the Mistelrak civilization. Might be a good idea to grab it while they're the only ones hostile to us. Yeah, it's the Bow system, not far from our current borders. Unfortunately, there aren't any sensible alternatives. So if we ever want to set up anything proper here, we need that place, and we need it soon. The Roar resistance has been resilient at times, but hardly very concentrated. Occupying the Bow system shouldn't be too much of a challenge. We really are beating this Roar clan to the ground, aren't we? They're letting us do it, then gladly. Well, it's not exactly self-defense anymore, that's for sure. It may cause trouble later, but right now we need Bow, just like you said. Well, if you let me draw your attention to some less hypothetical matters, I'd like to inform you that my research teams have finally set themselves up and are ready to fulfill their designated tasks. Well, if you let me draw your attention to some less hypothetical matters... Wait, what? Okay, it's an accident repeat. Oh well. Which basically means whatever we or you would like to direct them to research. There are many lucrative options. If I may show you, go ahead. Okay, researching text. So Zeus Link. Habitation protocol. So settlement, civilian outpost. We have no other choice at the moment. What are the other ones? So that unlocks some equipment, energy production of all power plants by a little bit. Unit production speed, our Hermes radar. I think we're going to head for that next. I'm just going to go that direction, at least for now. Okay, close out of that, and let's take a look. We've passed our turn. Did we pass our turn? I actually don't know. Let's see. But yeah, nobody's going to Moram, so in fact, I should actually move this. They're probably going that direction. I'm just going to assume. So Bo is back here. Well, it's where we thought they'd be. Okay. So did we get our science? How does this work? Maybe we didn't have science yet. Progress made is 0. Okay, fleets are on standby and fully repaired. I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna bring him back. Oh, only has room for 3 friendly fleets. There we go. Okay. Expand. Yeah, I want this one, but I can't get it. Probably because we don't have any shipyards. At least not at the moment. Okay, expansion to our newly captured systems. Expand to our newly captured systems with new outposts. Need more minerals, some other things. Auto build. I could do that, but why? Now, I think I've just built these up, yeah? Or will be? Or have been. I think they're done. Yeah, it just says buildable, which... Question mark? Okay, only immediate issue is we have very little power. Which is confusing. When energy is greatly below 0, people get mad. Okay, and I'm pretty sure I can't do too much here. There's only one thing. Yeah, I need the civilian outpost. Is that something we're actually researching? Yes, it is. Because I'm going to need at least a couple of those. So, in that case, I'm just going to wait, presumably. So the real question is, who do I go after? Well, we have Irjlav here, which is hazard. Entering or staying in a hazardous system causes damage to fleets. Vary from turn to turn. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So they barely have anything. They're pretty weak. Only problem is hazard. 30% of their health is hazard damage upon arrival in the start of each turn. That one's tough. Can I actually do hazard damage reduction? Do we want to put it on them? I think we do. Okay. Do I take this? It does actually look like it has some things, but I'm going to go for it anyway. Okay. Fight. Not the strongest. Enemy present. Main thing is... Oh, I can do that. I think I'm going to do this. Just go really hard on this one area. Oh, the other thing I could probably look into is what kind of ships these are. They're drones, though, so I think... Uh-oh. Wait, no, that's just the ships moving. Yeah, I think we're fine. Yeah, there they go. The only immediate problem is I can't do anything here. What is that? Q-tier fleet, 41%. And then we also have this. But that's the Kaminin. They don't want to talk to me. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, one way or another, I'm going to move back. Oh, they're out of juice. It's fine. Okay, so let's take a look at these. They're pretty weak, too. But unfortunately, so kind of am I. What about over here? Oh. He doesn't have much. Okay, so we could actually go after Rabib. If I want to. Let's take a look at this conflict. 108. Do we want to send these guys in? They're pretty weak. Doing it anyway. 125 to 79. Little wounded. Otherwise okay. Okay. I think I've been picking the wrong fleets for some of these fights too. It's something I've been slightly sloppy about. We've got two groups. I think I might want to do that. This one is a little messier. Why don't we just do surgical strikes? Evenly matched. Might as well toss some missiles over there. I don't think we're losing too much. Yeah, I think we're fine. We're gonna have to spend some time repairing. But that's okay. Now we do have this, which is colonizable. But they don't want to talk to me either. Because yeah, I have to pay attention so that I'm only generally fighting the Roar clan. Okay, what else do we have? Kyoka had something, and I don't think we actually have taken a turn since we unlocked science. So we weren't collecting it yet. Ooh, our happiness is having trouble. Short-term happiness, long-term happiness. Okay, I think those are fine. Can we actually go back? Some of them can. I don't think he'll chase me, and I think that fleet's okay for the time being. Do we want to repair any of these? They're repaired 10% every turn I don't. So it's probably fine. Let's see. I think I'll just end turn. There's a hazard there. I want to build this one up so it's specifically like really good at handling hazards. You know, just have a couple of fleets specifically built for that kind of thing. Okay, so you guys are getting punched. Let's get out of there. We have a garrison fleet, but... Okay, settlements or even colonies. Construct more advanced buildings. I suppose I own that one. I don't know what I'm going to do with the garrison. With Babib, to be entirely honest. Oh, they're trapped here, though. Okay, and they're repaired. I have to figure out repair systems in general. We could also upgrade that one, but we need orbital infrastructure technology. We can't do too much with that. Okay, so now we can do the Pegasus Habitation Protocol. So if we want to go back to Goka. Go into the system view. Only this one is currently buildable. So we might as well build outpost, civilian quarters. I was hoping to not have the civilian quarters, but it's fine. I just need some better power generation. Because my short-term happiness is in a bad way. So let's take a look at these. What is this? Oh, that's their tactical missile supply. Okay, I think for now, let's probably just repair some fleets. I know it's going to cost me money. But maybe that's fine. Which is the one that heals you? Where's the... Oh, it's the self-repair is actually a T2. Which I don't know how to get those. And it looks like they're not going to repair normally. This one will, but the other ones will not. I guess let's just repair a bunch of fleets and then figure out what we're going to do. Oh, they're messed up. Like, this entire crew is barely hanging on, so I might actually be able to just get in there, punch him, and not have to worry about it. Let's just take one more turn. And then actually say, maybe this is a good stopping point. Maybe I should go for bow. I'm just not sure how far I'm gonna have to extend. Fight? Okay, I don't think I want to spend any resources on this one. Let's go for that. I don't know. He's barely got anything. Here's the thing. Whatever. Actually, it seems like he's just losing. I think we might want to spend the resources to get the defense system here. Okay, so we're just gonna flee. You can take Rabib. Okay. I have news. I'm not sure whether it's good or not. Probably not. Yes? We've been contacted by another species, and everything about them is rather worrying. How come? It's an invitation to an audience with a Tamanin Imperial representative. They broadcasted it simultaneously on pretty much every frequency we use. Ha! That itself is a pretty respectable feat. Imperial? Oh, see if they... we'll see if they're really something worthy of the word. They broadcasted their message in the missile rack, so that we'd understand. The translation may not be entirely accurate. I presume we're going to accept the invitation. Anything but the kind of first contact we had with the Roar clan. Let's go to war if it turns out to be necessary, but let's do it when we want to, and when we're prepared. It's interesting that they're already inviting us to a meeting, but we hardly even know of their existence. You could call that worrying as well. This Tamanin Empire and the Roar have been neighbors for a long time, so surely they've heard that some new species is wiping the Roar off the map. I presume I'll be the one to participate. So what's our stance in the meeting? Do we want to appear strong and indifferent to them, or friendly and cooperative? Okay. So my galactic reputation's already good. The big issue is losing too much rep with the expeditionary fleet could be an issue. But that's a hard loss. So let's go for that one. Sounds smart. No matter whether we want to attack them later or not, it's good to appear harmless for now. Alright, that's what it's going to be. Let's just not be too meek. We do want their respect. Ooh, pretty bird people. Welcome, newcomers. It appears you've already translated the Mistelrack tongue since... Maelstrak tongue, since you replied to our invitation. Yes, we have. It's quite simple, actually. Once you've grasped the basics. It is, though its expressive capability is thus quite limited. The Tamanin Empire welcomes you to this galaxy, trusting that you are here with friendly and peaceful intentions. Appease, agree. Yes, we only seek peaceful coexistence. To be honest, your recent actions in this sector don't exactly support that. You are probably not aware, but the Roar clan's lands are in jure part of the Tamanin Empire. The Roar were enjoying momentary independence, but that doesn't mean we've renounced our claim to their systems. Explain? We've been acting solely in self-defense. The Roar clan attacked us multiple times, giving us no other option but to respond. Our military actions have only been the appropriate response. It naturally recognize your right to defend yourselves, but the Roar are already defeated. You do not need to occupy the whole sector. This occupation is unnecessary. Explain? Yeah. We couldn't afford to risk it. They had to be neutralized quickly and surely. I see. But what is the reason for your presence in the Pegasus Galaxy, as you are calling it? This looks more like an invasion force than a recon mission. Let Evan decide. We were looking for a place to settle. The Roar forced us to take it from them. Very well, I sincerely hope that you've now gained all the space required to settle, and you will refrain yourselves from tipping the fragile balance of this galaxy any further. Do not forget that you are not the only inhabitants of this galaxy. Let us continue our constructive dialogue in the future. I mean, like, I don't mind ceding this part of land as long as we're just not right, as long as we're not in direct well, no. As long as we can get some kind of land. I don't think, oh, the Tamanin Empire. Yeah, but they don't want to talk to us. So that's the Tamanin there. Unfortunately, we still have to go after Bo, which is right next to them. Let's see. Anything else? Well, we've made first contact. We've got a little bit left. He sent a couple of fleets here. They're pretty tough, so I'm not sure if I want to tackle that with my current setup. Not in the slightest, in fact. Okay. I think I might have to take these guys over. Oh, no, we can't. Well, I don't know. I'm going to save for now. And I think I'll call it quits for here. This game's real fun. It's got a lot of neat ideas, and I really enjoy the fact that it is a grand strategy game with a very direct single-player style story, as opposed to just something kind of procedurally generated and that you kind of... How would I even describe it? Emergent storytelling versus design storytelling. Sometimes emergent storytelling is a lot of fun, but for a game like this, I don't think I actually know of many grand strategy games where you have like a very direct story with characters and events and things like that. I'm curious about all the different choices that you can make. Like, can you become close allies with the Tamanin Empires? Or are you inherently always going to be diametrically opposed to them? I don't know, and I'm looking forward to trying it out and kind of figuring out all the different aspects of this game. But for now, at least, I should probably say, I guess, one last thank you to Kala Gameworks and Fulcrum Publishing for sponsoring this video. It was very kind of you. It was a lot of fun. I'm probably going to just keep playing this on my own when I get some free time. Just because, like I said, I grew up with this kind of game, and I would like to see where this ends up. I should also mention that the Pegasus Expedition is out in 1.0 as of today. So go pick it up if you're actually interested in what you've seen so far in this video. But with that, if you guys like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.